Welcome to Brno, welcome to my career mode, but first, before we start racing in the Czech Republic, let's talk about the race-off at Brno. Now, we could have joined Fabio Di Giannantonio for some mini-bikes, we could have joined Rueda for some motard, but I've gone to join Marquez for some flat track. Let's have some fun. So here we go then, from pole position, flat track. Let's see what we can do. Now, I'm not particularly great at these, but Marquez invited me, so you got to join. The 8-time world champion when you can. I'm going to try and beat him, but I think that's going to be very difficult here today. I always have difficulties with this particular game mode. Trying to close in there on Marquez. Also, apologies if you can hear any whirring in the background. I do have a fan on because it's roasting in England right now. So hopefully it doesn't interrupt the video too much. I've got it aimed quite low, so it doesn't touch the fan. So there goes Jose Antonio Rueda. He's going to try and sneak over the inside, but I think we're brave enough. Just tight to the apex. No, I just can't. Maybe here, though. The difficulty I have with this is that, of course, as you know, I have no vibration in my MotoGP 25 career mode. I really feel if I had it, I'd be able to just balance the throttle a little bit more and a bit better to try and not spin up the rear so much in these flat track conditions. Now, of course, this is the only flat track you can use which is not bugged. The other version of this, for some reason the assists turn on and it's basically impossible to play. So we're running a bit wide left turn 16. I might end up losing the podium here to David Alonso. Of course, we'll be facing him when we move up to Moto2 next season. And of course, at this point, I have no idea which team I'll be going to into Moto2. Now, before my save data corrupted in Moto3, it did look like I had no Moto2 opportunities, but apparently, according to the fans and according to Bobbin, one of the aces, he said that that's totally normal and you do end up getting Moto2 offers anyway, regardless of what it said at the midway point. It's David Alonso now. It looks like he's going to try the outside line. There's someone else on the left-hand side. I think that's Sergio Garcia. Seen him on the bottom of the screen, towards where the map is. Yeah, it's definitely Sergio Garcia. I can recognise that Spanish number at the back of his helmet. Of course, one lap to go after this one. I'm going to have to try and defend for the podium. I don't think it matters a great deal where you finish. It's just a bit of bragging rights against the 120% artificial intelligence. To be fair, I'm doing pretty well as it is, just to try and hold on. To your right hand there, a little bit wide. There goes Alonso through. Indifferent with his feeling towards me, apparently, according to that particular emoji next to his name, as we give him a right old shove there. Going into the third corner. Now onto the brakes here in Brno. Can we hold on? I'm trying to go for a wider line there to make sure he doesn't. Still getting a lot of stutters here. I was talking, oh my god, Sergio Garcia. Of course, I mentioned this in the previous episode in the Saxon Ring, just tons and tons of stutters. Of course, there's some of the comments suggesting it's just Unreal Engine 5, and of course Milestone's lack of knowledge regarding the way they control this engine. No, speaking of me controlling the engine, I'm also not doing it very well either. Sergio Garcia up at the inside. There's Fermin Aldeguer. So launch it up on the inside. Back on through. Can we catch up to David on? No, I can't. I'm spinning the rear too much here. Look at us all over the place. There's Aldeguer. And yeah, Marquez will win. Sends a move up on the inside of the Spaniard. Rueda second, Alonso third, Garcia fourth, and me in a somewhat disappointing fifth position. It's confirmation on his screens, and there we go. 107 was fast lap from both Marquez and Rueda. You see how I was interrupting both the other riders there, so all the other riders, as a matter of fact, so they weren't able to set good lap times. But it's now time to head back over to Brno for the Czech Republic Grand Prix. So here we go then, from 14th on the grid. I thought I was going to do better than that, but it's the best we can do for now. Wait for the red lights to disappear, and away we go. Now, the big thing to... What the hell are they doing? Why were they off the track? Well, that's worked in our favour as we've shot over now to turn 1. Up into the top 10. Might actually be able to get a little bit better here. Squeezing through who I can. Just touch the inside of the curve there. But yeah, now's a better time to talk about it than any. You may notice that I have no fuel in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. Unfortunately, that Borgo Caselle flat track race that you watched a moment ago took off all my... I don't even know what you call it. It took off the proportionate settings regarding the tyre and fuel. Now it does that because there is no tyre wear or fuel depletion, should I say, in that game mode. So as I've now continued into Brno, it's kept those settings. So what we've got is 120% difficulty AI, but with no tyre wear or no fuel depletion. So unfortunately, I couldn't change this. I quit and I tried and I quit, and I actually ended up skipping one of the sessions by a mistake, hence why we didn't qualify too well, and I had to try and work my way through to qualify at least in 14th. So, yeah, a bit of a joke, to be honest with you. I cannot believe I have found, yet again, another bug in MotoGP 25. And don't forget, we have a heck-ton of stutters as well, which I don't know whether will be coming through in this game mode today. So apologies if it is, but I can't fix it. I wish I could, because it's damn bloody well annoying for me too. But let's make it the most we can, and let's just have fun with it. So we've been able to stay in 4th place as I've been chatting and venting, let's say. Let's just try and have a good race here and continue our win streak here in Moto 3. So the first lap will come to its conclusion in a moment's time. Now, with us not suffering any tyre wear, it should be an interesting one, because I don't think we're going to have that feeling of, oh my goodness, the rear tyre slipping or anything like that. We should just be effectively be able to run time trial laps throughout, unless we get into a battle, which I think we will. They don't take that turn 2 very well. They have really allowed me to close back up, which has actually done me quite a favour. We hit the brakes there just near the curbs. That allows us to bring it in tight to turn 3. Now, maybe, can I? Oh, I wanted to. I really wanted to set that up for turn 4, but we weren't able to get it done. So we're still in 4th place. Gap to Adrian Fernandez is just over a tenth of a second. Now onto the brakes. This is turn 5. Keeping it nice and tight here. The AI were going a little bit too tight, as you see them run off. I also followed Piqueras in ever so slightly there, but this is setting us up for a lunge on old rival David Munoz. He actually gave me a lot of space there as well, which is rather surprising considering who it was. And there is Piqueras. Oh, he went wide there. That gives me a little sneaky move into turn 9. Beautifully done. And now onto the... Oh, Rueda going for that defensive line into the Schwantz corner. So let's see if we can get him into Schwantz. Well, we can't get him, but we can close in, of course. Not bad. We've got a good position in. There goes Piqueras behind us. And now into the uphill section. Through the woodland. Oh, turn 11 was beckoning a lunge from Piqueras. Oh, look how quickly we came on to Horsepower Hill. Do we have in... Not this time, but I think we should be looking for a lunge at around turn 4. That is a ridiculously tight line for Rueda. Not a line I would prefer. Here we go then. Onto the power. I do prefer this though. In the slipstream, across the line, fastest lap of the race, 2:02.995. Do we have the legs to get past Rueda into turn 1? Not quite, but as he'll run it wide, we're then going to have to be braking here, holding it firm! Held my own there. Rueda had to pick it up. Though he didn't need to go that tight, but I just wanted to try and ruffle his feathers a little bit. Of course, he got the better of me in that flat track race not, what, 5-10 minutes ago. Onto the power, here we go then. This is a cracking corner, this one, downhill. Onto the brakes, slowly bring it in. Be careful not to run it too wide. The stutters I'm getting is unbearable. Jesus. That turn is rough. Turn 5 it is really, really rough for the for the stutters. There goes Rueda. He's sending a lunge and a half. My goodness, how many times do you want to hit me, Rueda? I think I also looked at the the damage on the bikes has also been turned off now since we've had that moment of the flat track. So we do get Rueda this time around through Schwant's corner. Quick look to the right hand side there. Wasn't sure where he was. Just making sure that he's not too close. He sent a lunge! Whoa! I knew he was going to come from somewhere, but that was a lunge and a half. Cat-like reflexes from your content creator today. It's a good job I picked that up then. That would have been a catastrophe. Now into the horizon corner. L14. This is the final corner here in Brno, so let's make sure we get it good. Yeah, we're picking up a lot of speed here. The slipstream with us working on the engine power for the 658 Quadricorsa Honda is working in our favour, especially on these longer straights. Should work in our favour in the next Grand Prix as well in the Red Bull Ring. There's that. It's evident how the AI are hindering themselves by not making that corner the correct way. It's got the inside line. A bit wide here actually, to be honest. I was worried too much about Rueda than I was worried about my own line there, so I made a mistake. That is a big mistake on my part of it. Whoa, Rueda pushing me out wide there. That's not usually where I want to be. Try and get him onto on the line here. Oh, getting a lot of stutter. Good lord. And I've completely ran it wide. The stutter in that point was... I don't even know if it's going to come across on the video here, but it was almost like a stutter. It's a point where you're lagging online. That kind of stutter. That is inexcusable. I lost a second because of that. Oh, come on. This game is rather frustrating, I'll tell you. I'm giving it my best so to make the best damn content we can, but Jesus Christ, the amount of problems in this game is just unbearable. It might even be worthwhile for MotoGP or Milestone, should I say, to go back to Unreal Engine 4 at this point. But then again, Supercross 25, sorry, doesn't have this many problems in Unreal Engine 5, so who knows? I guess we just have to... Whoa! Piqueras was sparking through that corner. Shows how low the AI get into that left-hander. So back into Horsepower Hill. Rueda leads. I am 7/10 of a second behind the number 99. It's not the first time a number 99 has led in Brno. If only Piqueras was number 26, we'd be reliving the battle of 2012 Brno between Danny Pedrosa and Jorge Lorenzo. What an excellent race that was. Onto the brakes we go then into turn 1. Piqueras, he's taking liberties by going onto that curb. As we power on, turning nice and tight. We get the slipstream here. It might not be the end of the world. We've still got plenty of time in this race. We don't need to panic yet. Still plenty of time for you to subscribe as well if you're enjoying the video. On our way for 22,000 subscribers, that is. Oh, that's a beautiful tight apex to turn 4, but I was slightly eager on the power, so we ran it onto the curbs. If I was just a little bit more patient, we could have exited that corner with a lot more speed. Oh, the front was washing then. It was wobbling. The gap is coming down, 10th by 10th. We are getting a bike length closer and closer to Piqueras and Rueda. The two Spaniards, they're going to really chop each other up in a minute if they're not careful. Oh, I think I can get through Piqueras here. Piqueras wants it wide to the left, we can go for it. More or less done. Oh, he tried, yeah. Sorry, that was me again, getting a bit too aggressive on the power. Just ran us a little bit wide to the curb. But regarding our pace, we didn't lose any time there. So right on the precipice of attacking Rueda again. Now I'd love to make a lunge here like he did to me, but I don't believe the game will do it very well. I don't think he'll do it justice for the player. I have got through on Ryder before. In fact, I've got a clip of Bob in that I've actually never uploaded. I must upload that at some point. Maybe the time you're watching this, I've already uploaded it. There was a lovely overtake through there up into Horsepower Hill. Yeah, that precision from us was paramount. I was a bit tight to the apex there though, and we have lost time. But for the penultimate corner, that beautiful, precise line into the horizon corner was huge. Now onto the right-hand side. This is turn 1 again for the 6th time of asking. Rueda holding his own, but for how much longer? Can we win another Grand Prix in a row? Since the restart, we could win 100%. Assen, Sachsenring, now Brno. And before then, before the Save Data Cups, it was Mugello. I think we're still on a string of about 5 podiums here as well. From Le Mans, Silverstone, Aragon, Mugello, Sachsenring, Assen, Sachsenring, 6 podiums in a row. This would be our 7th podium as well if we stay on it today. The yellow flag's out behind us. That's sector 2, so that's probably a little bit further down than the top 10. Lovely tight apex. Don't know why the rider's sitting up. Got every chance of getting through here. We've seen it on the lap before. We saw it coming and we're seeing it again. Nice line. Really clean through there. Does Rueda have an answer? Will we attempt to break away? Well, I gotta say, even with tyre wear on or off, we've seemed to really have the same sort of battle. This is traditional Moto 3. Classic. You love to see it. This is why Rueda comes through. Oh, I had to pick up then just to make sure I didn't touch his rear tyre. But we're sending the lunge back through into 12. That is classic awareness that you have to have in MotoGP. I'm getting pushed wide here. Rueda, fucker off. I'm not taking that corner the same way you are. Good lord. But yeah, you've got to understand the AI to have some good battles with them sometimes. You do have to let off. You do have to pick up. Sometimes unrealistically, like in that corner there, it's not my job to pick it up because you set the move, but you should do, because otherwise if you touch his rear tyre, it's over for the pair of you. And it's not worth that. We're still in the battle, of course. Oh, Rueda, a little jump scare there on the right-hand side. The old ultra-wide just popped up. Popped in to say hello. Wow, we found a... Where did we find that time? 0.4 of a second has been found. And fun fact, only Rueda in the top 6 right now has not received a track limit warning. Fair play to the Spaniard. So on the power then, just run onto the curb ever so slightly. I'm still suffering with a lot of stutter in this corner in particular. And the problem I'm having is my stutters are above 100 FPS, let's say. So I'm getting around 140 at this moment in time. But it'll drop to about 90, which is not bad. But it has a micro stutter. Oh, come on, Rueda. It has a micro stutter with it, which is really jarring. But I don't know whether it'll come through in the video because I can only upload to 60 FPS on YouTube, so maybe it's not. I might be just ranting about nothing from what you can see, but I assure you there's a lot of stutters and it's very annoying. As Rueda did attempt to get through a moment ago, but into the Schwantz corner we still have the advantage. A couple of laps to go. Right, so Rueda is close enough now, but will he be close enough for a lunge into horizon? Now, we've got to work this one out here because the line that Rueda is going to take is not the correct one. We're going to stay over here and brake roughly towards where the first Monster Energy sign, middle Monster Energy sign is. I tensed up there because I thought Rueda was going to get me. So he still went for that tight line. And this begins the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. One of our worst laps yet. And we had the lead on that one, so I've not been able to break free from the shackles that is Jose Antonio Rueda. It's Dainese versus Alpine Stars. It's Honda versus KTM. It's Britain versus Spain. I'm on the wrong side here. I don't like breaking this tight in. I'm naturally going to run it a little bit wide, a bit like what Rueda did, but we might be able to get the cut back. Got to be patient. Fire! Better. I'm staying on this left-hand side. It's not worth it to go that tight to the apex. Look how tight he's defending. Around the outside? Has this worked? Oh, it bloody well did. Around the outside of Jose Antonio Rueda. That's why you don't want to be braking that tight. Surely it worked if I wanted to try and go for the inside lunge, but I'm not going to. I will take what you give me, and I'll sort it. Ooh. This has changed. This has changed from a battle of the fastest rider to a battle of brains here. Who can out-calculate the other in this high-speed Czech Republican game of chess? I really ad-libbed that one, didn't I? 0.3 of a second it is. Into turn 11. Run it into the middle and then fire it across to the right. You can actually use the curbs here if you want to. They're not too bad. Just don't touch the orange sausage curb. So here we go then. One corner and a lap remains. Or two corners and a lap remains. I can hear Rueda. He's trying it. Oh, that little wheelie I had, that little bobble, could have ended the entire race there. Here we go then. The final lap in Brno. It's good to be back in Czech. Can we check this one off the list for another victory? Can we get the victory? Can we get the achievement? There's Rueda. Well, if he's not through me on this point, we're going to gain a lot of time here. Check out the left-hand side of the OLED ultra-wide. 0.2 of a second gap. Is he going to build? Not really. Of course, no tyre wear since it glitched after we did the flat track race. So we've got a lot of time and a lot of tyre wear to use. This is actually a good lap from us so far. This is one of our best laps of the Grand Prix. What a way to win that would be. Last lap of the race. Firing in the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Can it be done? We've got a 0.4 of a second advantage. Couple of bike lengths are brewing, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully you can see on the TV camera, because I'll record the last couple of laps. I think we quite like the way we're doing that at the moment. So yeah, hopefully you can get a good position of where Rueda is. But for me, I'm comfortable. It's all cushy for me. 0.5 of a second advantage. Dennis Fodge has been given a long lap penalty on the final lap. Oh, he's not in the top 10 anyway. It was Joel Kelso who's in the top 7. Don't worry about that then. Just over 0.1 of a second lost on this lap. So this is a very critical lap time coming in here. With only 3 corners to go. Can Rueda close in quick enough? I don't think he's going to be close enough. Not with 0.4. Is this victory number 3 in a row? I think it is. Oh, Rueda must have closed in a bit. But we can tick it off the collection of victories. We've checked it off the list. We've won in Brno, our 4th win of the season. Well, how about that then? Pretty damn decent racing towards the end there. And for once, I actually finished with a fast lap of the Grand Prix. So, beautiful. From 14th place on the grid. I like it. Let's have a look at the championship standings then. Yes, that is 3 for 3 in our halfway season restart after the same day at Corrupted. So it's 75 points for us. 26 clear from Baqueras and 32 clear from Battalion. So that's it then, guys. Thank you very much for watching the video. I certainly hope you enjoyed. Still leading the team's championship. Still looking cool and collected here in Brno. See you next time for more DrAce content. Ciao for now. Oh, hi. Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite sate your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.